What's on your gym playlist?
On my gym playlist?
Yeah, because we work at a music radio station, so
Yeah,
everything's got
yeah,
to come
yeah.
back to music. What's on the playlist?
Yeah, yeah. So I listen to everything. Honestly, like right now we're training at the High Performance Training Center in Winsport, which is an amazing, amazing, amazing facility that Calgary, which is a mecca for high performance sport. We're so blessed to have such an amazing facility. So they're always playing all the radio stations in Calgary, yours included. I listen to everything under the sun. I listen to a lot of I grew up listening to trance and electronic music. I just listen to everything, man. My playlist just goes on shuffle, and my roommate gives me some rap and stuff, so I got everything. Like it's crazy, my playlist.
I love it. We got to talk about the charity that you're
Yes.
involved with now. From playground to podium. It's a campaign that goes on until basically the end of the month, I want to say.
Yes, December 31st.
Thank you. How'd you get involved with this? Well, first of all, what is it? In
Okay.
your words, what is it?
Okay, so the Playground to Podium campaign is a campaign that was put on by the Canadian Paralympic Committee. And it was in response basically to a statistic that came out a while ago saying that only 3% of individuals with a disability, I say that with air quotations, are involved in sport. Now, that's a staggeringly low number, Danny. I can attest to the power of sport. Obviously, you can as well with your journey through cycling and I'm sure various other sports. But, they have so many different lessons and skills that are given to you through sport, not only just mental health and physical health. And I think it's through campaigns like this, which are supported by Pfizer, by Petrocan, by Canadian Tire, which by the way are matching donations. So every dollar that goes in up to $30,000 is matched by them, which is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, they've been a huge supporter of Paralympic sport. And but basically, Playground to Podium is we need to get athletes on the podium. We need to have participation on the playground. So it all comes back to the grassroots, to recreation sport. Everything I'm doing is because of the love I have for cycling and the love I have for making myself a more efficient, better person and a more healthy person. That's what it all comes down to. I just happen to go very fast. That's what it's all about, is becoming a healthy person. And this particular campaign is to increase that 3% number. I'm struggling to find the words because it's so shocking to me.
Yeah.
That such a little amount is involved in sport. It's so low. We got to change that. And I challenge all the Calgarians to help support this Playground to Podium by making donations. You can make a donation, anything at all. Can go towards this wonderful campaign and help change this staggeringly low number, help change the perspective of Paralympic movement. And it even goes so far as people, just able-bodied people, getting out there and doing recreational sport. It's going to benefit you as well. It's the skills, the lessons that you learn from doing these sports, it all comes down to making yourself a better, more efficient person.
With your involvement specifically, what's the end game? What do you want to see personally? What's a goal for you to see a large number of people get involved in sport? What's in it for you?
What's in it for me is I know, Danny, what sport has done for me. I've been involved in sport since basically I was born. It was always a rule in my household to have one extracurricular activity at one time, at the very least. And we always had multiple ones, my brother and sister and I growing up. I did everything. I did drama classes, I did art classes, I tried everything. I've played every single sport known to man. And I always kept coming back to sport. Something just clicked in my head. And for example, last week, I'm a normal guy. I had a very stressful day. I had training, and I was stressed out, and I had 3 hours of training, and I was like, man, like I don't really want to get on the bike right now, but I know deep down that once I get on the bike, at the end of that 3 hours, the stress is gone. The problem or the challenge is still there, but I have a different way of looking at it. And it's because when I'm riding, when I'm pushing myself physically, things are connecting in my head, and it's giving me a different perspective. And it's just everything that comes out of sport is just such a positive. And I just want to see that 3% number increase, because I know what it's done for me. And I know the journey and the path that I've been on has been so phenomenal. I've raced all over the world. I've met fabulous people. It's been absolutely tremendous. And I want other people to have that. And if they don't go into high performance sport, Danny, it doesn't matter. It's all about recreation. It's about becoming a more efficient individual. And you can do that by becoming a more balanced person as well. I mean, it doesn't mean like you can continue doing your job and pushing yourself mentally, but if you're not pushing yourself physically and you're not having that physical exertion and you're only having mental exertion, and it goes both ways, you're out of balance. And it's not possible to continue down that path because you're out of whack, you're a little bit out of balance, and eventually it's going to come back and bite you in the butt.
I love it. Jaye Milley getting set for the 2015 Pan Am and Para Pan Am Games in Toronto. I'm really looking forward to it, because this is such a treat for me, because I've always said the Paralympic Games, Paralympians, definitely the most underrated athletes and sports you can watch and take in, because you did an interview earlier that you said, we train just as hard. It's just as competitive. It's just and it rings true.
Yes,
it absolutely
definitely
does. So best of luck at the 2015 Pan Am Games. And
by the way, I just want to jump in here and
course.
say I saw something in the last couple of days that said the tickets were sold out in one day.
Yeah, right.
For the the Para-Pan American Games, which is absolutely tremendous. And I don't know if my fellow Calgarians here had anything to do with that, but you know what? Like, I challenge you all, come and watch Paralympic sport. Let's put it this way: I lost my gold medal by 0.05 of a second at World Championships this year.
Oh.
That's how close and competitive Paralympic sport is. And guess what? You know what? We have tremendous stories. I mean, some of the people that I meet and I compete against have unbelievable stories about how they've overcame so many different challenges, and it's truly inspiring for me. So I can only imagine people standing in the stands watching these races that are within 0.05 of a second of each other, and seeing all these different athletes. I can imagine how it would be inspiring for them as well. We are just as good to watch. We go just as fast. We train just as hard. Let's change the perspective of Paralympic sport. I challenge you all to contact your local service provider. Ask them, where is the coverage for Paralympic sport? I want to watch some Paralympic sport. The more people that call in, the better, the more coverage we will have, the more TV coverage. It'll be on CBC more often. At London, I think a bubble has been burst. I was told I did lots of media. I was told by the reporters that a bubble had been burst, and every single year it's gotten better and stronger. The Paralympic movement is growing in popularity, and it's because of Canadians, it's because of Calgarians taking the initiative to watch and get involved in this. And through campaigns like the Playground to Podium, it's just thank you so much for the support of the Paralympic movement. It truly would not be possible without all the people out there, like I said, taking the initiative that they have. So thank you very much.
And let's be real, not only is it cool to watch on a sport level, but it's cool to see all the tech that's involved.
It really is. Yeah,
it's because everyone's got something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And for the inner tech geek in me, I'm like, that is really cool.
Yeah. And hey, I'll post some pictures later on my Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I encourage you all to follow my journey to Rio. You can follow me on Twitter at Jaye Milley. You can follow me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page you can just like, and yeah, that's about it.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
This is such a treat for me. Jaye Milley, thank you so much.
Thanks, Danny.